Today we're going to be working on my 1964 Ford F-250. We got some new parts. We're going to replace the temperature sensor and we're having a brake issue. So we're going to replace the wheel cylinders on the driver's side. So the driver's side front and the driver's side rear, because the rear seems to be locking up, and I think it's just the sticky wheel cylinder. And the front over here, we have a trouble bleeding it. Let me see if I can show you guys. But if you can see, it's rusted out and I can't bleed it. So we're gonna fix that. So let's get into it. So first up, let's replace the temperature sensor. The temperature sensor is just located right over there where that wire is at. And let's just replace it while the engine is still cold, because I've had it happen to me where just coolant just squirts out and everything. So, trying to remove that, accidentally tore off this fuel line to the carburetor, but that's no big deal. But fuel just started leaking, and then if you can see right there where the sensor goes, coolant started to squirt out as I was trying to remove it. That's why it's important to do when the car is off, because if that was hot and pressurized, that would have been no good. So here's the old sensor. Kind of shows its age, but it's only a few months old though, so I'm not entirely sure if this is the problem. Then here's the new one right here. So hopefully install it, and then we'll read the temperature will be reading accurately. So after sliding it a little bit forward, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna raise it from the axle, replace the front wheel cylinder, and after that drop it, and then go into the back, and then replace the rear wheel cylinder, and then bleed the brakes, and then it should be all done. Alright, so got the tire removed. Now I just gotta unscrew these three right there to access the actual drum brakes. So let's get into it. There you go. Unscrew these, and then access the drum brakes. Now we're going to be replacing the wheel cylinder, which is that one right there. So in order to gain access to it, I believe that all that we gotta do is just remove the two screws right here, 2 bolts. I believe they're about a half or a 9/16. Then I want to try to avoid disassembling the entire assembly, because that right there would be a real pain. Just want to try to undo the 2 bolts, see if I could magically wiggle it out, since it's only like on one end where when you step on the brakes it'll shoot out instead of the 2 ends, you know. So let's try that first. So I got the wheel cylinder loose, you can see, but this little rod right here is getting in the way. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, but I think that if I remove one of these springs, it should release some of the tension, allowing it to wiggle out. So I got channel lock pliers. Let me see if I can do it. Alright, so I was able to remove the wheel cylinder by undoing the 2, I guess, like clamps that hold the brake assembly in place. So just like these right here. So I just removed both on both ends. Then I was able to have a bunch of play, because I want to avoid having to remove these springs because they're a pain to reinstall. But anyways, here's the old wheel cylinder. Looks pretty old, and the trouble that I was having trying to bleed it is that this right here was just stuck on there, and I was afraid of ripping it open. So just gonna install the new one, and the new one is right here, and it looks magnificent, brand new, fresh out of the box. So let's install that one now. Oh, I got so lucky on that. Whoa, it's crazy. All right, well, got this one installed. It's all good. Had to remove this spring right here, and then I was able to just have enough slack. And yeah, so this one's all good now. It's been installed. Just got to install the brake line, then install the tire back on, and then we'll go into the rear. Last thing I want to do before I seal all of this up is that I want to spray brake cleaner, clean all this gunk and debris, and after that I can seal it up and we'll be done on this side. So let's do it. Now that we got it raised up, let's remove the tire. And we're also gonna have to remove, I'm not exactly sure what this is called, but I'm gonna just call it the inner axle or whatever. But yeah, we also gotta remove that to get access to the drum brakes. So yeah. Now I'm gonna move this right here, which is the base, and I'm gonna pull that one out, shut that back. Since we have a leak, number 14, what that leak is, let's drain that real quick. Move this inner nut, which should just be hand tight. But if not, we just get a flathead screwdriver and just undo it. There you go, pop that. We just undo the entire assembly. And it's very inside, but if it's like this house, just talking about that. Just grab it with my hand. Let's see if I should gear everything else, so it's inside. There you go. Alright, well, this one might be a little bit of a pain because I have the parking brake assembly right here. Then in order to get to it, I might have to undo the parking brake assembly. Not entirely sure, but we shall see. So after some careful thinking, my plan is to just remove the parking brake cable right here, and that should allow this to slide out and move freely. And then I'll possibly just remove the top spring to allow some play on the top so we can remove the wheel cylinder there. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Now I'm going to remove the rear brake line and also to have control of the wheels again, because I think I'm not in accordance to do it all. But yeah. So I just removed the old wheel cylinder, and when I was removing it, I didn't like how loose the bolts were, which might have been possibly a reason why the rear left brake was kind of seizing up as I would apply light pressure. But also this just looks really grimy, so maybe possibly some dirt and grime went into the wheel cylinder and got it all stuck. But now we have the new one and we're about to install it. So after about half an hour battle with this one spring to reinstall it, got the entire assembly installed with the new wheel cylinder, and now it's just putting back on everything else, and we should be done with this side. Install the spring. I'm just gonna do it hand tight. This one right here. That's the last one. So now that we have these installed, I'm going to do that, I'm going to take the surface right here, I'm going to apply RTD's axle, or whatever it's called, and then, yeah, and then just seal it up, fork it, and we should be good. So I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes, let it form, so just put it like hand tight, and then wipe off the excess, and it should seal. It's now for the right gasket. So now I'm gonna fill up the gear oil, and it's just right over here. Just gonna undo it with a wrench. So now it's time to fill up the rear differential. I already broke it, so that's loose. Now, just gonna get it in with the gear oil. I'm just gonna fill it up until fluid starts to come out. So all I got to do now is just bleed the brakes, but I can always do that later. But that will be it for today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And thank you. You guys have a great rest of your day.